In this video, we're going to take a look at dilution and solution preparation. Now, many of the laboratory procedures involve the use of dilutions, so it's important to understand the concept of dilution since they're used throughout all areas of the clinical laboratory. So let's read this application together. 6 test tubes are placed in a rack. To the first test tube, you're to add 3 milliliters of saline. To each of the remaining 5 tubes, add 2 milliliters of the saline. Now to the first tube, add 1 milliliter of the serum and mix well. Transfer 2 milliliters of tube number 1 to tube number 2 and mix well. Then 2 milliliters of the contents of tube 2 is then transferred to tube 3, and the procedure is repeated for the remaining tubes. Finally, discarding 2 milliliters from the last tube. What is the dilution of the serum in the last tube, which is tube 6? I want you to now pause the video and try this example on your own. Do your calculations by reading each sentence very carefully, starting with the first tube and ending with the last tube. When reading this question, you'll see that for the first tube, you're to add 3 milliliters of saline. However, for the remaining 5 tubes, you're to add 2 milliliters of saline. Well, let's go back to the first tube. You're to add 1 milliliter of the serum and mix it well. So let's take a look at that first tube. That first tube would consist of 1/4. Now why is it 1/4? Well, the 1 here is the volume of the serum, so it's 1 milliliter of your serum, and the 4 here consists of 1 milliliter of your serum plus the 3 milliliters of the saline. So the 4 here would be the total volume of the solution. So basically we have 1 milliliter by 4 milliliters. Now we need to multiply this by the contents of the second tube. You are to transfer 2 milliliters of tube 1 to tube number 2 and mix well. Well, if you're putting 2 milliliters of tube 1 into tube 2 and tube 2 already had 2 milliliters in it to begin with, then what you result with is 2 out of 4 milliliters total. Then 2 milliliters of the contents of tube 2 is then transferred to tube 3. So you're going to repeat this process. So for tube 3, you're going to again have 2/4, and you're repeating this. So for tube 4, you're going to have 2/4, and tube 5 is 2/4, and finally tube 6 is also 2/4. Now this reduces to 1/128, which is the dilution of the serum in tube number 6.